Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a look at some of these coins then, shall we? But before we do that, I just want to say that isn't it nice when a plan comes to fruition, alright? We've been watching this whole thing unfold and looking at the greater picture on this channel. The bigger picture is the financial markets, not just looking at the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones and all that. No. The bigger picture is looking at the Dixie chart, which is the dollar index. And yes, obviously Bitcoin is correlated to major indices. We know that now. But also it's vulnerable to the dollar, more so because those massive markets, which dwarf the market cap of something like cryptocurrency as a whole, never mind just Bitcoin, are all vulnerable to these little tiny moves that the dollar makes. And the dollar has made, well, it's a little move, but it's a big move when you compare to, in contrast to what's happened to the rest of the world today. So we've moved from bottom to top 1.12%, which sounds tiny because we deal with cryptocurrency all the time, but that is a big, absolute massive deal. And you can see what's happened is transpired onto this big sell-off, this big dumping, because the dollar is more expensive, which means that other assets they lose their value because we've been going on about it. I don't need to explain myself anyway. You know what I'm talking about because we've been watching this channel. If you don't watch this channel regularly, you need to subscribe to it because there is value to it. We've made a lot of money on the shorts today, those of us in the Telegram, and obviously myself included, because this was the plan. The plan was to do this. Now, what we want to know now is it going to go down any further? Well, just for transparency, I've closed all my shorts on the S&P, the Nasdaq. All cryptocurrency shorts have now been closed, and I only did a few crypto shorts, which is mainly Ethereum and Neo, because I knew that Neo was going to fall big time, and it did. That was a 20% move today with a 3x leverage, so very happy with that. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, shall we? First, Bitcoin has now come down to this level, this first blue box territory area, which is both support and resistance, and it's broken it, but it's coming back. It's been trying to get sucked back up into the top of it. If this fails, and it looks like it wants to fail, then we are coming down to the second level here, which is 10,000 flat. I think it's probably going to do that. I do think it's going to do that, and then I'm not willing to hold my shorts. Like I say, I've closed them all, took the profit on them, but I do think it's going to come down to 10,000 flat. Looking at the state of it now, it's not looking very good, and we predicted this move based off not what at the time looked like, everyone was going on about the MACD has made a cross and it's diverging, the RSI is making higher highs and higher lows. No. The problem with this was this here. The money flow index had reached a high point very quickly, too fast, way too fast, and to me was a sell signal. And this is what I said on the channel. When I saw this, I was like, this is the thing. This right here doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it's alarm bells time. And this tells me that what will happen is that if we do go up any further, it won't go up too much. And I was looking at it here. I said we've had higher reads than this before. It can go up, but it can't go up much more. And so that's basically what happened. We pushed up, and then we've pushed down. And we've pushed down from that top there down to this bottom here. That is, so far, is only an 8%, just short of an 8% read. There's more to go, because when we backtracked on this and looked at the reads that we had at these levels and the dumps that we've had as a result of that, we found one here, didn't we? We found one here which from top to bottom was 13%. When was the last time before then when we got up there? And here's another one here from this read here, which is obviously very high. That was its top, and that was its bottom. That was 18, almost 19%. When was the next time before that it happened? Back here. I mean, this just goes on and on and on and on, and this is why I was saying this is a good point. We'll push up and then we'll come back down, and that was an 11%. So I think that this move that we're doing now has still got more to go, and I would very much expect it to come down to 10,000, if not break that and come down a lot lower. Now, there's a few areas of support that I would think would be significant. First of all, just below 10,000, I'm talking 9,750, is the white 200 exponential moving average, always a very good area of support, and also corresponding to the bottom of that blue box territory, around 9,800. That would be my first opportunity for a buyback or going long for a relief bounce at least. Second to that is this white line that I put in here, very crude white line, which is the bottom of the CME gap that people have been going on about, and that's just a little bit further down by about $200. 9,600, and if that fails, then we do have this area, which is the downwards trending support. Hopefully we've not tested it as support yet. This downwards trend line, which was the parabolic top, which was basically had previously been resistance. So bump, 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 and we've not yet tested it in any way, shape or form since we broke out of it. So these are the areas, and obviously this is downtrending, so it's going down more and more every day. I expect this move will play out faster than I don't think it'll be drawn out, but I do think we'll probably have a little bounce from where we are right now, just based on the fact that the dollar looks like it's reached a top temporarily. Let's have a look at the dollar on the 4 hourly just very briefly. Massive, 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 huge, massive, big time, massive. I can't express how much of a massive move this was, and anticipated, by the way. Like I say, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but we saw the higher high and the higher low getting set in, so we were expecting a higher high, and that's what we've got, which has caused this carnage. We're going to come down. We will come down from here, which will allow for that relief rally. If you want to call it a rally, it'll probably be quite anemic. It probably won't be very big at all, but it will likely happen at the level that we're at right now. But this is likely to continue, I would expect. I think we're going to have a stronger dollar now for a short period of time. But for this very moment in time, I think this is its peak. Don't think it's going to go much higher than that, and I think we will come down. So let's have a look at XRP, and XRP very nasty here, extremely nasty, and we've hit that 23 cent area. And I've said on this channel, because we follow XRP quite a lot now actually, the 23 cent is a very strong area of support and resistance, and that's basically where we found our base right now. But coming down below here, and this is at this moment in time, this looks pretty nasty for it. So 23 cent is a bounce area, but we don't seem to be finding any bounces. Let's go down to a shorter time frame, just a 15-minute chart, to see what it looked like when we hit that 23. That's terrible. That's really bad. We've not had any bounce of any significance at that level, so I don't think this is going to be a bounce massively from here. I think we're going to come down big time. I think there's likely to be a move up, maybe from here and for tomorrow maybe. But I wouldn't want to go on XRP right now, because the failure to even bounce at that level has been pretty dramatic. The cross is almost in the bag on that MACD, and the RSI is trickling down pretty low, which is good in a way, but it doesn't mean it's bullish. It's far from it. It means that it's going to continue to go down. So I think that we're going to break that 23 cent area, and I think we're going to find ourselves down at 20 cent, or just below 19.5 cent. I think that's where we're going with this one. You could argue that this is some pathetic looking giant bull flag, but I don't think it is. Let's just see if we can measure any relevance with any corresponding. Well, that could have been an interesting. That kind of works there, doesn't it? But it doesn't really, does it? I mean, we're reading too much into that. That doesn't work at all. So really what we're looking at now is previous support and resistance, because we're beneath all major moving average. This red one here doesn't really mean anything for XRP. That's the 242 for Bitcoin, and it only really represents Bitcoin. It doesn't represent anything significant on XRP. So XRP, again, it's dying. It's falling out the sky. We're going to come down lower, definitely. I would expect a 20 cent XRP at some point very soon this week. But again, like I say, the dollar is bouncing, but it's hit what I think is a local top right now. So tomorrow, maybe tonight, we will have a relief rally, but it's not going to be much, and then we'll come back down again. It's all based on the Dixie chart. So again, like I say, I can't stress enough, we have to look at this chart before we look at anything else. Looking at the MACD on this one, it looks like it's about to pump up. We're above. We're going to be above the 0 point in the next couple of days. That will make it even more bullish. And if we go back down to the 4 hourly, we can see that we're already above the 200 exponential. This carries on for another couple of days. This will make a cross, and we've not had a bullish cross in a long time, not since this bad boy here. And by the time that happened, the move had already been made. So this is looking pretty big. So I'm not looking to buy anything really, even though I'm expecting a relief rally. I'm not looking to buy anything. I do expect everything to come down even more. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance is also making higher highs and higher lows. We're on the daily here, so we've just made a higher high. If we close at this level, it would be a higher high, and then we will form a higher low, preferably around this level here. The MACD again creeping up very fast into the 0 point and above, into bullish territory. So alts are going to get hit hard, and you think they've already been hit hard, and they have. They are going to get hit so hard. I mean, some of these alts have lost 75% of their value. I mean, some of these alts that we really liked, like XRP's lost about half its value. No, not half. It will be half by the time it's over. But in fact, that leads me into the fact that people always say XRP is a scam and stuff, but you can see that in comparison to Bitcoin at the moment, it's got relative strength. It's not an absolute scam. You want to see some real scams, go and have a look now on Binance and some of these other exchanges. Have a look to see who's been hit hardest today, and you'll see. I'm not saying any of these are really scams, even the ones on Binance. I'm not saying the scams, but I mean, some things have just been FOMO'd into so hard at the wrong time, like SXP for instance. That is coming down beneath $1. I'm telling you now, that'll be below $1 by the time it's ready for a decent bounce. We might be coming down to even like 80 cent for an SXP, and I'm all for that, because buying at that, I think it's a good buy, to be honest with you. I think it's got a decent future ahead of it, but it was FOMO'd into. I mean, I was blissfully unaware of that coin for a long time, and then it came onto Binance and people were telling me about it on my Telegram, so I bought into it, made some money on it. But the chart, I couldn't read the chart because the chart was so new, and I just watched the FOMO, and I had to get out really, because I knew what was going to happen after that. And look what's happened now. The FOMO ran out, and then this whole situation has occurred, and it's just insult to injury. And now that's gone from $5 to what's about $1.20 or something right now. Some people have been wrecked. I'm telling you, some people have been wrecked. And the other coins that I like as well, like Harmony One. I've been watching that out of default, because on my phone, when I trade, I always have sell orders and alerts set, and I was trading that one in the summer. We did really well out of it, and I wanted to add to my order, and I had orders alerts set, and they were I forgot all about them, because obviously it rallied up. They've all been triggered, and I was like, what's going on my phone? Oh my god, Harmony One has been wrecked. Anchor has been wrecked. Now, I'm not saying that these things aren't going to recover, but they are being wrecked, and they are going to get so much more wrecked over the next week or more. It all depends on how this is going, with the dollar and with traditional markets, because they do not look happy or healthy at all. Even oil has crashed down out the sky. Gold down about 2%. Anyway, I'm rambling here, but what I'm saying is that the Bitcoin dominance chart is now bullish, which just confirms. A golden cross is going to confirm later on today, on the 4-hourly. Just confirms that alts are just going to get completely smashed and annihilated. It doesn't mean that alts aren't, they're over. It just means they're over for now, and they're going to suffer. But with suffering, or should I say, with the death of an altcoin, like the flames, out of the flames, the phoenix rises. We will be able to buy some of these back at very low prices, but it's going to be a very delicate and difficult situation to spot where that bottom is, because we've got a number of things to look at here. We've got the Dixie, obviously the bounce on the dollar. Then we've got Bitcoin, which corresponds to traditional markets and commodities like oil and especially gold. We've got to look at all of this, and we've just got to try and focus as to what it actually means for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, as much as you like to think of it as the be-all and end-all, it's got a bearish chart. I mean, yes, we broke out of this descending trend line here, and we had a rally from it, but it's still not made a higher high from its all-time high, and that's a long time ago. This doesn't look like the be-all and end-all, and I know that there's a cycle, and the cycle is not yet complete, but it's not, we're going below 10,000, I'm telling you now, and don't let those moon boys tell you otherwise. You try and save yourself some pain and wait this one out, because there's more to it than this chart. This chart is just this chart is one little puzzle piece to the picture, and the picture involves lots of other things. We're in a really difficult situation right now globally, as you know. So yeah, like I say, wait for the lows to be set and then think about buying in. We could go for longs and we could buy back here, and again, look, we're finding a bounce here, like I said, because I believe that the dollar has put in its recent its top for this very moment in time. So we're getting that relief rally that I spoke of as we've started this video. We've started that already, but 10,000 will be met, and so could easily be this trend line all the way down at 9,300 as of today. And if that breaks, then we are coming down very dramatically into the 7,000s, no questions asked. And then we've got to work out where we'll be from there, but this is all a long way off. I'm speculating at this point, but from now we have the relief rally, which is what's happening as we speak and could continue into tomorrow, and then I would expect that we will continue down to 10,000. Who knows what alt will look like at that point. But let's always look at this chart here. Cash is king. We've got to look at the Dixie before we look at anything else. We can trade any asset off the back of the Dixie's health. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. It's a very long video. Hope I didn't bore you to death. If you made it to the end, let me know, and hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.